All right. Hi, my name is Michaela Kimball, and welcome to my cultural values speech. So a little bit about my ethnic background. I have a very English background. My great grandma immigrated here from Wales. And then we suspect that probably our background consists of England, Ireland, and maybe Scotland. We don't know for sure. My grandpa was adopted, so we don't really know some of that part of our background or my background. There are many cultural values that have been instilled in me that can be traced back to my English background, and others that my parents instilled in me specifically to help break a very difficult cycle that was going on in their own families. So one of the first ones is benevolence, and benevolence would be defined as the inclination to be kind and to help others. This was a super important cultural idea that I was taught growing up. We always spent time helping and caring for our friends and our neighbors. So this is a picture of my family and some of our friends who we grew up or who I grew up with. My parents never had a close relationship with their parents or siblings, so their friends became our family. This is a picture of a group of friends that have become my aunts, uncles, and cousins. I learned through this community of people the importance of caring for your friends well, even in the mess. And the mess happens a lot. So when things are hard, we lean on each other, bring food to each other, support one another. When my mom was sick, these family and friends came around us, and they even redid one of our bathrooms that my mom had a better place to be in during that time. The second cultural value is what we call monochronic, which is a time orientation that views time as linear. My mom always had a schedule or a plan growing up. I always knew what was coming, so much so that she had to prep us. If we ever did something out of routine, her kids would kind of freak out because we didn't know what was happening. And so my mom would kind of have to prepare us for that. So this is my whiteboard. My mom had a calendar growing up, and so we'd always look at the calendar and write things on the calendar when we had something going on that day. And so this is my whiteboard. And so I use a whiteboard to keep myself organized and have routines set up for myself, which come directly from how I grew up. I value time, and I don't love when things don't start on time or people are late. I've learned to be much more flexible in this area because my friends aren't really time oriented because of just the stage of college life that we're in. I have ADHD, so I've also found that being raised with always having a routine has always helped me. I'm less forgetful when it's in the routine. My third one is self-direction, and self-direction means that we value independent thought and actions. And so this is in my toolbox, and I chose my toolbox because as a woman, I feel like it represents being capable of solving problems and fixing things that help. It was important to my mom that we have independent thoughts, and so it was important to my mom that she raised girls who could think for themselves and who could come to their own conclusions about the things around them. She always encouraged us to be finders of our own truths and always expressed deeply that she loved us no matter what those conclusions ended up being. My parents raised me and my siblings to ask questions and to learn to be self-sufficient as adults. I know where to go to solve car problems or how to advocate for myself in front of doctors. These three cultural values are just the beginning of the things that my family has instilled in me. There's so much to this story than just these three values. There are some similarities and some differences in these three values. Some similarities I found was in between individualism and monochronic time. I find them to be kind of intertwined with each other, right? I've been taught to be very independent, which includes keeping track of my schedule and paying attention to the time. I think that the individualism differs a lot from benevolence. Even though I've been taught to help others, I've also been taught to be very independent. And those two can kind of clash for me at times. I'm much better at being willing to help others than I am at being willing to receive the help that others give me. At the end of the day, these cultural values make me who I am. I'm strong, independent, and can express and share my thoughts well because of the people who raised me. I also deeply value my friends and my family and care for them really well. I'm really grateful for all the things that my family has instilled in me. Thank you.